because like I just said, you have to get it verified by the auditors, whereas for management accounting you don't need any verification. We trust on the decisions. Financial accounting, there's more emphasis on accuracy, whereas in management accounting we can work with estimates as well.
Yes. So
that's and really, so on.
The first half of the first introduction to the question, which includes the definition, your own view, and the differences between financial and management accounts. How many words are you looking for in that little section there?
Because the difference between the financial and the management accounting, you can do that in a tabular form if you want as well. So it shouldn't be more than 500 to 600 words.
So it's 500 to 600 words per question, but for the first part.
Okay, the first part, yeah, I would just say 200, but not more than that.
No more than 200 words for the definitions, your own view, and then the differences between the financial accounts and the management accounts.
Because we can put the difference in the bullet points as well, which will limit the word limit. Yeah.
So once you've done that, the next thing to do is to move on to different types of systems.
Absolutely.
So Shavita is going to kindly move on to and explain.
Yes.
I've been looking at this, and Shavita's actually been coaching me to look at different types of systems, and it has been eye-opening, and it's been good, and it's been fun. But she's a professional, so she's going to go into a little bit more detail.
Yeah, but I would just say that your contribution on the detailed research is much helpful in getting into each of the component and then looking at their essential requirements. That's really helpful. So moving on to the second part of the question, where it's asking you the essential requirements of different management accounting systems, and we said that first thing we have to understand that what are these management accounting systems, and looking at a simple explanation of that they are the systems which help the management accountants to reduce the manual work and improve their capability of generating the management accounting reports so that they can produce those reports to the higher hierarchy, and the higher hierarchy can make the informed decisions based on that. So that's basically the management accounting system that helps management accountant to do their work, help them in finding the solutions to the problems they have been given for.
Yes.
If you look at the different types, the first one is the cost accounting systems, and the cost accounting system is basically we're looking at that what costs are involved in the production of a product. So like we were talking about an example of a boutique, and we said that finally we have decided to make the dress. So if you are making and selling the dresses, you will be looking at the cost of the raw material, the cloth you are using, the quality of the cloth. You'll be looking at how you're going to make it with machine, how much is the machine, if you are asking labor to make it, what kind of labor you are looking for, tailors and all that stuff. So that is the partition of the cost.
Will you be bringing in direct costs and indirect costs into this?
All of that.
So what is the difference between, what is a direct cost and what's an indirect cost?
Direct cost is basically when you can link the price of the cost directly to the product you are making. So material and the labor cost are considered as a direct costs. Whereas indirect costs are which the cost you are incurring, but it's very hard to allocate it to the particular product. So they are more like a period cost. For example, if you're looking at the rent of the building, if you're looking at the rent of the machinery, so you can't allocate them to a particular dress. So they are considered as an indirect costs.
Okay, excellent. So we've now explained one system. So now we need to link in the essential requirements. So what would we say are the essential requirements?
Yes, if you're looking at the essential requirements of cost accounting system, we can look at it from two perspectives. The first perspective is we can look in the holistic point of view, in a journal way, that for any system, it's same. So as long as you know you need that system, it's a requirement of the system for the company, you bring that system in, and that's one way of looking at the risk requirement. So do I need the system is the first question you should ask. That depends upon how big is your company, how big is your product line and product range, how big is your business, how vast you have been taken into the market and all that stuff. So if you are a big business, for example, if you talk about Apple, if you talk about Virgin, they are the big businesses, right? When they look at their product ranges and the business they are doing, they need these systems in place. You look at the supermarkets, they need that.
Are these systems expensive?
They are.
And
Yes.
would a sole trader like a news agents want to have the system?
Not really. Not really, because I think they can more work manually,
Yes.
or they can work on the Excel sheets.
And it wouldn't be worth their while.
Yeah.
It
No.
would be just too expensive.
Absolutely.
And the return they would get in it wouldn't be worthwhile.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you look at the essential requirements of cost accounting system, then we will say it should meet the nature and the size of the organization
Size of the
as the
organization,
first.
yes.
And then it says you have to look at, again, the cost and the benefit analysis.
Yes.
Is it worth getting that system installed in your company or
Yes.
not? Then you have to look at, is it flexible for your business situation? Will that be able to adapt if the situation changes? Or
Yes.
do you need to buy a whole new system if your situation changes? Again, it says should be simple to understand and easy to generate.
Yes.
It's applicable to every kind of a system you're talking about. Then it's seized and coordinated with all staff.
Yes.
You need a staff contribution.
Yes.
That they should understand the system and they know how to apply that system as well.
So, I
Yes.
mean, so there's loads more. And on Google Classroom, which all the students will have access to, all these links and all the
Absolutely.
slides will be there.
Absolutely.
So Shavita's done an amazing job of putting this all together for everyone. So it's going to be available for all the students.
Absolutely.
But, so that's in a holistic view.
Yes.
But what about then
specific
the
view.
specific view?
Yes. So if you talk about specifically, again, like we said, for any system, there's an input, there's a process, and there's an output. And when they ask you what is the essential requirement of a particular system, if you say cost accounting system, you have to put the breakdown of the costs of every product you are manufacturing. Once you have done that and you have told the system that these are the costs, they will calculate, they do the processing, and they will tell you, oh, this product going to cost you this much, and then you decide on how much profit you're going to put it. So it could be direct cost, indirect cost, fixed cost, variable cost, and all that element that's come into your cost accounting system.
Excellent, thank you for that.
No
So the next system,
Is the inventory management system.
inventory management system.
And inventory management system, like we have already discussed about an example, and if you take it on the personal basis, you said that you always got a backup stock for your food material in your house, right? It could be your milk, bread, whatever you buy. So there is a thought process in your mind, and there is a system in your mind which tells you that when you have reached the minimum level of any item, you buy it again. So if you say you got 2 bottles of milk, you left with a half bottle now, this is the point where you go and buy the another 2 bottles. So this is same with the inventory management system. The inventory management system helps you to organize your inventory.
Yes.
It tells you how much you got now, how much is in your backlog, and when you should order the next level when it comes to the minimum level.
I mean, this thing is so important because I worked for a company called Cope and Timmins,
Yes.
and I was in the marketing department, and
Yes.
we had display units. But
Okay.
the display units had 20 different components. It had the board, it had the branding,
Absolutely.
it had the different products on there, which was
Yes.
8 different products, and we couldn't send out one display unit if all the components were there for the complete unit.
Yes.
So unless you know you have all these number of units to make up one board, and if you're out of stock of one item, then none of that product can be put together to be sent out to our stockists to display our goods, whereby the customers can see our products on display. So who controls this, and what type of stock system do you have incorporated to monitor and to control this, and then to order and to reorder the component parts, and what are the minimum levels required to know that you actually need to order 10 more of these finials or 10 more of these component parts. So, and it's so frustrating from a marketing or management perspective to say that you got these things in stock, but you can't put them together because you're missing one item, so you can't send it out, so you can't market it, so you can't do your campaign.
Absolutely.
So this is absolutely, I can't begin to tell you how frustrating this can be if you
So-
don't have the proper systems in place.
Absolutely. So this system do help you in not getting into that situation, isn't
Okay,
it?
just 1 second. Imad, this is our program manager. Can you just come and say hello for us? So it doesn't matter where you are, it's 360 degrees, so you can just wave and say hello. Program manager, and he controls all the programs. So head of school, apologies.
Program manager.
Thank you for that, Imad.
See you later.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. So what are the essential requirements for inventory stock?
Again, if you look at from the holistic point of view, it's
Yeah.
similar to what we have just talked about the cost accounting.
Yeah.
That you should look at the size of the company,
Yes.
and there should be coordination when you're putting the things together.
Yes.
There should be a standard form. There should be essential requirements of
Yes.
meeting that everybody should maintain that standard.
Yes.
There should be a coordination among the staff as well. Then we talked about there should be
specific-
storage location.
Yes. So these things are quite holistic, and it's quite holistic to many of the different types of systems being used, because you have to have different departments, different functions working together. Because if they don't work together, this system is never going to work.
Absolutely, absolutely. You need everyone's contribution in the system, for sure. So if you look at the specific, and
Yes.
we're looking at inventory management, you should have to put your all product ranges,
Yes.
your all product ingredients, like if you're manufacturing it,
Yes.
what goes, what raw material is there, what labor charges are there, and everything that goes into your inventory management system as well.
Excellent. So the next one.
Is the job costing system.
Okay. So
And-
what is job costing system?
They are relevant to those companies who work on the basis, who has divided their work in small jobs. For example, if we have the Wi-Fi systems, right? And in my place, I got a Virgin Wi-Fi. If my Wi-Fi is not working, I complain Virgin. They send the engineer in, he fixes it. Fixing my Wi-Fi is a job for the engineer.